looking for a breakout here in MSTR. That's going to be MicroStrategy. And here on the daily chart, we've identified one pattern here, and it's not this wedge that we have drawn. The pattern is it just hates trading in between this 289 and this 319 area. So you can call it 390, 320, or I'm sorry, you can call it 290 and 320, whatever makes it easier for you guys. But still, it still remains the same that we just hate being here. Only 4 days here back in December and January, a day there, a day here, a couple days here at the end of February. And as recently as a couple weeks ago, you only have about 3 days up in here. So it hates consolidating in that channel for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the momentum. You can see here at the end of November, it just kind of broke out and just jumped up above that, or if it's just the RSI just gets so low in here that it needs to pull back and tries to save itself. For whatever reason, it just hates trading in between there. So where are we currently at? Well, we're currently right in between that, right? Closed today at 294. We had a high in here today of 296, low of 281. So we're actually below that 289 level and we're in closed above it. So going forward, that is going to be our main area of support. If we cannot hold that, hopefully we can get saved by this 9-day EMA. If not, then we might be working our way back down here to this 200 SMA, but we got to find some sort of footing in here before we kind of come all the way down here. Really, what it wants to do is it wants to reject here, 302, bam, right back down here to the 200s, and then reset the RSI, get some volume in here, and then go. Because you can see our RSI is basically neutral, no volume in here compared to itself today. Although it was a green day, so take that for what it's worth, but really some indecision in here, and it looks like it doesn't want to help itself out at all. But if we do get a nice gap up tomorrow, we can kind of pound on the door on these 300s. Above that, then we're looking at that 320 level. And then above there, you can kind of chalk it up to about 346 is going to be your next resistance that you're looking at in there. But it all depends on this channel here. Or does this trend line still hold weight? Because as of right now, it does, right? So until this chart tells us otherwise, this trend line is key. But really, if we do break out above that, then we start consolidating in here or doing that stupid kind of 2 days up in here and then kind of swing above it for a couple days, then bring down for a week. You know what I mean? So it all kind of depends on if we're going to respect this trend line. And if we don't, are we going to stay in this channel or are we going to run right out of it and then kind of turn this 320 instead of a resistance, make it a support like it was back in here? Because you can see it loved the 320 as a support right through here, all the way from January into the end of February in here. So all in all, 289, 319. That's what we're looking at. The 9-day EMA currently trading at 278. That's going to be a big support for us. Below that, you're looking at this 200 SMA. So you have these big swings back in here at the end of February, going into the beginning of the month of March. Now, what does that do with our IV? Well, obviously it juices it, because you can see here you had a high of 295, low of 246. You had a high in here, 272, low of 231. So just huge swings in here, juicing the volatility, and that's going to get your IV rank up high. Although this green day here and then the day we just had today with basically indecision kind of sucked a lot of it out of it, but you still have relatively high options prices compared to itself in here with an IV rank of 34. Right around a $22 expected move is what traders are pricing in by this Friday. If you go all the way out to April, everybody's pricing in right around a $57 expected move in here on MSTR. So again, kind of everything's on the table in here, but what the stock is what it wants to do right now is it wants to reject this upper trend line and then kind of come back down here. But is this 9-day EMA going to let it? Is this channel going to repeat the same pattern as it did before, a couple days in and then drop below it, or a couple days in and kind of go above it? Don't know. So we kind of have to wait and see. 289, 319, that's what we're looking at. RSI volumes not helping us out whatsoever, but we still got some good volatility in our options. So hopefully we can get some decent moves in here on MSTR, but definitely we have to watch and confirm if we break this trend line. If we do, because above that, then we're hitting the 320s, above 320s, we're ready to go to 346. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord servers if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.